This church will never go any farther than its prayer life. I'll never go any farther than my prayer life. You'll never go any farther. And collectively, we'll never go any farther than our prayer lives. But I say that, amen, tonight, also with the reality in mind that prayer, in my opinion, is probably the hardest thing we do. In a consistent fashion, because here's what you and I know. If you've been saved any length of time, there are prayers that you prayed that it seemed like God answered almost immediately. Sometimes within hours, sometimes within days, and that's really cool, is it not? But we also know this, there are some prayers you pray for weeks, months, years. I prayed some for over a decade before they ever were answered. And that can be laborious. That can really wear on you in time. And there are prayers that some of you have been praying now for quite some time. I hope over the next couple of weeks that you'll be encouraged, don't stop praying until you've got an answer of some sort. And we know God answers in about 3 different ways: yes, no, and not now. Usually is the way the answers come. And then sometimes there's no answer at all. God is just silent. That doesn't mean God's not working. It doesn't mean God hadn't heard your prayer. I don't know if we'll get there or not as we study prayer for a few weeks. But you know, when Daniel was praying, it was very clear that there was some spiritual warfare going on behind the scenes, and God answered the prayer for Daniel immediately, but it took about 21 days for him to receive it. So here's what you and I don't know. We don't know nothing about none of that. We don't know what God's heard, what God's answered, unless we've held it in our hand, Brother DJ. But what we do know is that prayer is a privilege and a responsibility that everybody doesn't have. You got to be a child of the King to be able to pray. And so it's a very exclusive club. For people like me, it's the only exclusive club I've ever been in my life. Probably the only exclusive club I'll ever be in is being able to walk in at any time to the throne room of God. I mean, you know, you can't get in. I don't have the credentials tonight. Even if I wanted to, Monday, I could not be on the platform at the inauguration. My credentials don't even, I can get in the park. I could show up like the other million people that's going to be there, and I can get on the grounds and have one of them seats where I had to look through binoculars that were looking through more binoculars to still barely see what was going on. I'm just going to sit at home and watch it. I got more access there. And the snack bar is close, and so are the restrooms. And they're clean, okay? But you ever thought about this? Yeah, I can't get on. There's a lot of places I can't get in and a lot of people I can't see. But I can walk into heaven's throne room anytime I want to and have an audience with the King. And when you really put that in perspective, man, we got some credentials, right?